Coming up next, Entrepreneurs Anonymous.
Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate, but our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that frightens us most, because we ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, wealthy, when in fact, who am I not to be? And as we let our light shine, we unconsciously give others permission to let their light shine also. And I have seen that work in my life. So that is the thing that resonates the most with me.
Stay tuned.
So I say, let's plan our vacation, and suddenly everyone's on Liat.com. My wife announces she'll Liat.com, a nice hotel near restaurants and shopping malls. Must hide credit card. The kids want to Liat.com fun activities, and since someone has to be the sensible one, I'll Liat.com flights, our travel insurance, and a car. Well, sort of sensible.
Liat.com. What else do you need? Planning a business function, vacation getaway, or conference in Barbados? Visit the all-inclusive Island Inn Hotel, located within the Garrison Historic UNESCO Heritage Site and steps away from the capital Bridgetown. Let us amaze you with our simplicity, old world charm, and a true Bajan experience. Island Inn Hotel, Barbados. Let your Caribbean dreams come true.
Everyone has a dream, but only a special few have a story. A story about the journey from idea to enterprise. These special few know about the addiction that causes you to grow, to risk, to build, to share. This is their story. Welcome to Entrepreneurs Anonymous.
Hi, my name is Avalon Sahadeo, and I am an entrepreneur. When I hear the word entrepreneur, the three words that come to mind are driven, persistence, and risk taker. My definition of an entrepreneur would be someone who organizes, plans, and executes a business venture for the sake of profit. While I am the oldest of 5 children, I grew up in Powder Magazine. My mother, it was more like an extended family, mostly with women. My mother, my 2 great aunts. We, I would say, have a very open relationship with each other. Everybody knows everybody, the neighborhood grew us up basically. And I went to school, but from the age of 2, from the time that I could look into a mirror and notice myself, I started combing my own hair. So I would be in the mirror just brushing all day on Saturday, all day on Sunday, just brushing my hair. And I think my grandmother said that she would be a hairdresser, and the other one would be a doctor, and so on and so forth. And so hairdressing is one of the things that I do. When I started going to primary school, the entire family went to the same primary school. Of course, me being the oldest, I would be the one to beat up anybody who interfered with my sisters and my brother. And even in primary school, I think it was in standard 1 is when my mother wanted to comb my hair a particular way, and I didn't want it that way, and I didn't tell her anything, and I went behind her back and combed it, and I rushed off to meet the driver so she couldn't stop me. And my teacher asked me, who do your hair this? And I said, me, and she didn't believe me, so she went behind my back to my mother to ask her why she put in my hair in such a fancy style for school, and then she told her it was Avalon. She's like, Avalon do that? So growing up in primary school, I would I started to get freedom to comb my own hair. The next thing was Providence. That was secondary school. And the family is everybody is still in Powder Magazine. When I started secondary school, though my mother and sisters and I, we moved. But I went to school from Arima, from Malabar to Providence. And I would do everybody's hair during lunch, during break. We had sessions lined up for everybody who wanted to do the hair, had to make an appointment. I had several people who were the appointment keepers and, who recorded, who come, who pay, who owe it, etc., etc. So that was Providence. Even teachers, actually, they were also scheduled for Carnival to get their hair done. So that was Providence. That was life since then. After that, I attended Trinity College. I didn't do too much hair combing with these students because it's a boys' school. So, unless they wanted cornrows or something, I didn't really comb anybody's hair. And from that, I went to UE. And while I was in UE, I also, by accident, ended up in an acrylic technician course. And that's where I trained to become a pedicurist and a manicurist and an acrylic technician. And from there, I was still in UE. I was studying to be an accountant, so my degree is accounting. So I would do accounting for Trinity College, the school where I went, my ex-mother-in-law, but she's still like a mommy to me. I would do her accounting. So it would be UE and Marval, UE. But mostly UE. But while in UE, I remember when I was doing that acrylic course, when we were doing pedicures and everything, I remember thinking, okay, if I go in and spend $6,000, well, I had to make some money. And so before the course finished, I was making money. And everybody like, you getting clients already? I was like, yes, I find $6,000, I must make money. So I started pedicures from there and nails. And after that, I picked up on the makeup when I did a cosmetology diploma a couple of years ago that I have to do my exams to be fully certified as a cosmetologist. I remember my teacher did half of my face and she said, do the other half. And that was it for makeup from there. So that's how I became I did more courses to become certified as a makeup artist. So that is the story of me from then to now.
If you have a great idea, you need a great domain name. And now it's as easy as ABC. Secure your domain name plus free email, hosting, and a website builder for one low price. What are you waiting for? abceasysites.com.
Hi, my name is Danny Fenty, the owner of and creative director at Vivid Gear Studios. We are a design studio dedicated to producing quality, affordable, cutting-edge, creative solutions for your productions. Amongst our other services, we produce high-end motion design, music, and 2D animation that will surely engage your target audience. But ask any entrepreneur. Starting your own business is not the easiest task in the world. It takes hard work, lots of time, and a whole lot of patience, not to mention risks. That's why we support Entrepreneurs Anonymous, a support network for entrepreneurs by entrepreneurs, a place, a haven where we can share our experiences, provide solutions, as well as give and receive encouragement. It is an ideal place for any entrepreneur, no matter how young or how old. Entrepreneurship is an addiction, and let's face it, we need our circle.
If you like this show, share it with your friends. Watch your favorite shows on demand and in HD on Trident10.tv.
I would say that I am very passionate, extremely motivated, open to new things, humble, I'm a hard worker. If I want something, then I sacrifice and I go get it. Determined, I am persistent, I am relentless, I do not give up. And I would say also that I am very kind. I am most passionate about every area of cosmetology, every area of everything that I do, makeup, nails, hair, pedicures, manicures, and I also am a very organized person, so I also do event planning for weddings and things. So every time I have to do something, and I also am a secret baker. I love to bake, and I bake like gourmet cheesecakes and things for different people who orders. So I don't know. I'm passionate about everything that I do. Okay, the first legally registered business that I have is called Hairmore, and it came into being when I was in a business law class, business law, company law, for my degree, and the lecturer was asking students to volunteer a talent so that he would register it, and he would foot the expense. And I remember I looked around to give everybody a chance, and nobody saying nothing, so I said, me, more about me. And so that's how we got it from just doing hair to actually having a registered company. My manicures and pedicures and acrylics, I have it under, it's not registered legally as yet, but I have it under the name Spa Selections. And my makeup, it is under a makeup affair, and that came into being because I was looking at women that don't know how to apply their makeup, but they don't have necessarily the money to go to spend to do a makeup course, or they don't want to spend the money. So I decided to take everything that I learned and pack it into a 2 to 4 hour session where you could learn to do everything on your face, foundation, concealer, powder, setting spray, a daytime look, a nighttime look, a smoky eye if you want to hang out in the night. And I compact it into one session, and that is how the name of Makeup Affair came into being. Well, the baking is not something that I have a name for as yet, and the event planning I don't have a name for as yet, I just do. My first aha moment came from when I was very young and could look in a mirror and could brush my own hair. That was when nobody had to say anything to me. I knew that I wanted to be a hairdresser. I wasn't thinking about cosmetology or anything. I just knew that I wanted to be a hairdresser. That was like 2 or 3 because I was very, very small, but holding a brush well enough to comb my own hair. The others, I remember I wanted to do a white-up course when I was 15. And I was living in Carnage at the time, and I don't remember how much it was to do it. All I knew is that I didn't have the money and I wasn't going to ask. I was going to find a way to get it done. And I used to think that cosmetology was something scientific, which I don't like science at all, so I never wanted to do it. But when I investigated, I found out that it's actually, the study of everything to do with beauty. So I was like, okay, well, I'm doing that. And the nails and the pedicures and the manicure, that came by accident. But because I thought I was going to be doing an airbrushing course. And when I actually went, I looked the same day that I looked on the internet and saw airbrushing courses offered. It was the same day that I got to do the course. I signed up. It was $4,500 somewhere there, and I had 15 because I thought it would be past a certain amount. And when I called and the lady said to come, she would take me anyways. I say, well, okay, money, so I go in. So that was when I thought that I could do that as a career. makeup, well, as I said, that was an accident. It was just my cosmetology teacher doing half of my face, me doing the other half. And, you know, everybody falling in love with my makeup from that. And I was like, okay, I could make this thing a business.
So I say, let's plan our vacation, and suddenly everyone's on Liat.com. My wife announces she'll Liat.com, a nice hotel near restaurants and shopping malls. Must hide credit card. The kids want to Liat.com fun activities, and since someone has to be the sensible one, I'll Liat.com flights, our travel insurance, and a car. Well, sort of sensible.
Liat.com. What else do you need?
If you like this show, share it with your friends. Watch your favorite shows on demand and in HD on Trident10.tv.
Planning a business function, vacation getaway, or conference in Barbados? Visit the all-inclusive Island Inn Hotel, located within the Garrison Historic UNESCO Heritage Site and steps away from the capital Bridgetown. Let us amaze you with our simplicity, old world charm, and a true Bajan experience. Island Inn Hotel, Barbados. Let your Caribbean dreams come true.
I would define success as not necessarily by the things, the material things that you have, but I would more define success, in an intangible way, based on, the amount of persecution that you had to go through to get where you are, how you overcame, how you sacrificed and you didn't give up, and at the end of all of that you got to the point where you wanted to come to, or you may not be there yet, but you're on your way to that point. So I would more say I would define success as a person who overcomes and has testimonies of the things that they had to go through to get. I would say my character is an attribute of success that I would not trade for anything. I may not be financially where I want to be in terms of clients, and because of my studies, because I had to put that, but in terms of my drive, my passion, my motivation, I would definitely not trade my character for money. It would come in time. My keys to success are faith, hard work, persistence, determination, reinvention, innovation, being able to, be flexible, think on your feet, not being too rigid and conforming to one way of doing things, but thinking outside of the box, thinking of how to do something different and how to do it better. I would also say that showing gratitude is a major component of a successful person. It means that you would give back to those who support you, always being humble, being gracious, as well as persistent, and consistent, and never giving up, and always having faith. Those are my keys to success. I have several support systems. The first came from everybody that I went to Providence with. They always have been telling me, and I still get messages on Facebook from people saying how, they always believed in me and everything. So my Provi chick, my Provi crew, that's support number one for here. Everything else, my family and my church, they support me in any business venture that I come up with and decide to, go with, they support me with that. Like when I came up with the workshop, the makeup workshops, they run with it one time, advertise it on, the notice board, and people call in, and my brother and my sisters, they take everything that I have and take it to their friends. So I have people who believe in me. They may not necessarily be able to be there with me every step of the way or to, assist financially or for anything, but I have plenty support systems.
Business tips. Promotional consideration provided by Entrepreneurs Anonymous.
Learn under fire. There is no such thing as the perfect plan. Never jump into a new business without any thought or planning. But don't spend months or years waiting to execute. The most important thing you can do is learn from your mistakes and never make the same mistake twice.
Business tips. Promotional consideration provided by Entrepreneurs Anonymous.
My most memorable hurdles, I would have to say is the most recent one, which was graduating from the University of the West Indies with my BSc in accounting. It is a hurdle, was a hurdle, because I have had to, cancel jobs, cancel clients because of classes. I would get business offers, someone, a relative, a distant relative wanted to set me up in Barbados, then in Grenada, set up a salon and all these things, but I had to refuse it because I was so committed to finishing my degree. So I would not say that it cost me clients, but it was because of the intensity of accounting, and it's such a practical course and you have to be in your classes, and we don't have 1 hour lectures. It's like 3-hour lectures with 2 hours of tutorial plus assignments and projects. So, I would be in UE day in, day out. So, life up until October the 26th, 2012 was about UE. So, and I overcame because I got my degree. My most memorable entrepreneurial hurdle was not being able to become qualified in certain, like the nails and the hair, the makeup. I had to wait until I was able to financially afford it, as well as, pay for tuition for UE. So I think that those things, I used to think that it put me back, but now I don't think so, because I had faith, one, that if I signed up to do, like I said, the courses I did were like 6,000, 10,000 expensive things, and I would have like a quarter of the money, and I would go and sign up to do it, and then, be wondering, where am I going to get this money to pay for the rest of these things, because I'm not asking anybody. And I don't know anybody who have the money, so what to do? And I just believe that God somehow would come through, even though I was not even a Christian then. I just believe that somehow, some way, God going to send this money, and every time, I have always gotten the money in time, on time, and just when I needed it. So I overcame those things through faith.
If you have a great idea, you need a great domain name. And now it's as easy as ABC. Secure your domain name plus free email, hosting, and a website builder for one low price. What are you waiting for? abceeasysites.com. If you like this show, share it with your friends. Watch your favorite shows on demand and in HD on Trident10.tv.
In the next 5 to 10 years, my vision for myself and my companies would be well, one of the visions I have for my hair more and my acrylic and my manicures and pedicures, I want to open a spa, and I want it to be a premium spa and to have the best premium spa in the Caribbean. In terms of my involvement with event managing and planning weddings, I see that not just okay, somebody call you and hire you to plan a wedding, but I want to have a company established where if you need anything at all, including tents, chairs, everything, I want to establish that. And I want to have myself as a brand, because as I get more mature, I realize that all these things are who I am. Everything that I do is who I am, part of who I am. So I don't want to necessarily have a company called Hair More and then One Spa. I want it to be Avalon Sahadeo and my companies, my businesses. And as an individual, I want to grow in strength, grow in grace and faith, and learn to trust the Lord more, and to be able to be an example to people who grew up less fortunate than I did, and to have things in place where I could give back to the communities and give back to my church, because all these things, they are who shaped who I am as an individual. The quote that resonates with me the most, it's a bit long. It's I'm not sure exactly who is the author. I think it is unknown. It is, our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate, but our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that frightens us most, because we ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, wealthy, when in fact, who am I not to be? And as we let our light shine, we unconsciously give others permission to let their light shine also. And I have seen that work in my life. So that is the thing that resonates the most with me.